Hello and welcome to my video. I wanted to show you a quick video on how I built and installed my misting system with just a few parts from my local hardware store. In this case it happens to be Lowe's, but the Home Depot will also have everything that you need. Pretty much just a bunch of PVC, and I also added a calcium filter, which is very important, especially if you live in an area with really hard water like we do here in Phoenix. This will keep your misting system free of clogs, and it'll make it last through the season. I also created my own brackets out of flat aluminum to avoid any damage to my patio overhang, which is also made of aluminum. I didn't want to make any holes in it, so making my own brackets was the easiest way to go. They simply clamp onto the top of my overhang and screw on to the eave of my porch, as you can see here. I also added 3 ball valves to control the water flow to sections of the system in an effort to conserve water if misting is not needed or required for the whole perimeter of the patio. The first valve controls the first of 4 runs of the misting system. This is the second run, and it is controlled by the second valve. Notice how this valve is a black valve as opposed to the red one, and that's because this one is cemented in place where the other ones can be adjusted, so you can adjust your spray nozzle. And this is the third run, which leads into the third valve that controls the last leg of the system. By doing this, I can decide what leg of the misting system I want to use. And here is the end cap to terminate the run. Now we have the system turned off. And let's say it's the end of the season and you want to drain it. All you need to do is unscrew your drain and the system will drain. One thing I did notice is that this end cap gets pretty tight. So that's why I extended mine in order to be able to reach it and get a good grip on it and unscrew it. But sometimes it will take a little bit of effort to get it undone. Another thing I want to point out is that it's important to have about a 1-inch slope in your system so that it will drain properly. So from corner to corner, you want about a 1-inch drop should suffice. Now let's go and turn on the system and see how it works. You could have cut it here and put the hose connector there, but I needed my hose. I only had one short hose and one long one, so I just used the PVC to run it to the hose itself and use a shorter hose for the system and still have another hose for me to use. Now let's turn it on and see how it works. I want to stress the use of that calcium filter because if you don't use that, you'll have a fine white covering all over your patio. There it goes, and as you can see, it's a fine mist all the way around. And again, you can control what section you want the mist to be in. Right now I have it on full, but you can control whatever section you want if you choose to use the ball valves. But it definitely does drop the temperature around the perimeter. It gets pretty hot here in Arizona. I know this one's kind of hard to see, but it is misting, and it feels really nice. It can get as high as 119 out here sometimes. Hopefully not this year, but who knows. But yeah, it definitely does make a difference, and it's fairly easy to install, fairly inexpensive, and I think it's well worth it. Lastly, I wanted to show you how to drain the system So basically all you need to do is unscrew your drain. It can be either at the end of that where the cap is, which I don't like to use just because it's too difficult, so I unscrew it there, and there you go. The system will drain, and once it's empty, screw it back on, and you're ready to go. You don't need to do this every time. Maybe once you're done for the season, you can drain it. If you don't have a filter on it, then maybe you want to do this a little more often because you don't want that calcium buildup in your pipes. That's pretty much it. There's your slope. Goes all the way down, and away it goes. That's all there is to it. I hope you enjoyed this video. I think you'll have a fun time setting it up. Make sure if you have a buddy to help you out, that'll make your job a lot easier. I did it on my own, so it took a little bit longer than it should have, but I think you'll be very happy with the results. Thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, please feel free to hit the like button and subscribe. Have a good day.